Hello everyone, welcome here. Go ahead and load our save up. Actually, I kind of want to look at this menu for a little bit. Oh, rip. That was pretty cool. I hadn't really seen the space platforms in action. Anyway. Alright, so here we are. We have something resembling an unloading bay with a train parked at it. But we don't have any place for the train to go. And so it is time to build that. But first, I need to grab myself some rails. Because we are definitely not going to have enough rails to get the train out of here. So, that should be enough to get started, I think. I don't know if I ever got enough signals either. Well, let's see. What all do we have? Okay, why do I have tons of stone brick? Let's grab some walls. And is there anything else I'm going to need? Gun turrets. And power poles. And belt stuff. Although we're not necessarily going to build the mine itself yet. Okay, inventory full. Definitely we should be getting rid of some of this crap because we have way too much of it. In particular, we do not need this many stone bricks or stone. Okay, that's full. What all consumes the stone brick? Is there anything over here that consumes stone brick? Not currently. Alright, so we're not using it for very much yet. Alright, what about standard stone? Get rid of a bunch of it there. Or some of it there. Not really a very commonly used item either. Get rid of some of it in the stone brick furnaces, I guess. Alright, well that frees up a few spaces. Let's go build. Hello, Dread. Yeah. Okay. That should completely remove the rest of that patch without me having to place any more future drills. But that just highlights the need for this mining outpost. So let's go make sure that's placed. All right. Blow a gap through the trees. Okay. I don't feel like picking up any more rocks, so I'll just shoot it. Probably slower than just mining it, but oh well. Now. I should have grabbed some grenades from the pile before we left. Oh well. That can be corrected later. Well, that will need to be corrected later because we just ran out of grenades. Alright, so we'll go south, we'll turn right here at the rock and we'll head this way. And then we'll just paste in one of those stations right here. But we'll use it for loading instead of unloading. In the meantime, I do have some locomotives in my inventory. So, let's get back the fast way. Actually, we just placed these. And they're out already. Now, grenades right here in this box. That should hopefully be enough for now. Head back up here to the main line. Okay. Off we go. Wow. Video games, Sealith. Video games. It turns out that would help if we were on the right rail. Anyway. And then we want to turn somewhere in here. At this point, I really need to make my rail blueprints. And I kind of want to size them to pair with the standard wall blueprints. So even though these are spaced a little more closely together than they have to be, in order to make the wall and Roboport stuff line up, this is the spacing that I want to use. Let's grab a pair of these. let's lay out a few that we will then use to make the blueprints going forward. Okay, now there's the first signal set. Okay. Straight rail. We'll mess with this blueprint later. It's probably going to need a bunch of it. But this is the start of our... Okay. See, this is a problem. Yeah, and this is the problem, I think. It may need to go forward or back some. Basically, these need to be on the same segment. Okay. They're one tile off. Okay, this is going to be very obnoxious. How did I make it work for... Oh, let me guess, the spacing's not uniform. No, the spacing's perfectly uniform. Okay. That's fine. Now... that goes there, that goes there. Get rid of you and you. That goes there. All right. However, I wonder if it's, I really hate rail blueprints because they enforce a grid that's obnoxious. This can't even paste back into the place where it was copied from. What? Oh, it's directional. Wait, yeah, it's directional. Okay. So this should do the job. The problem is now one tile different from these, which is going to annoy the heck out of me. However, yeah. It's going to make it very annoying to paste existing junctions into place on the wall rails. However, maybe it'll work out fine. And the other big question that needs to be solved, like we have a straight section, can we make a T section that fits in the same footprint? No. No, we can't. Not a working one anyway. Okay, that's a pretty big issue. Which means that this length of footprint is not going to work. Which means making something that is fully compatible with the wall rails is not going to work. Okay, this can go. That can go. We're keeping that for now. Okay. So what kind of straight and other sections did I have for the big book of trains? This is obviously going to need to be reworked. Okay, so it's like a tile or two longer. This probably isn't going to work either, to be clear. Yeah, no. Everything has to be moved out one tile. I don't think, yeah, it's not going to work. And I don't think... No, they can reach. Barely. I think the train turn radius has gotten a little larger. Here, I want to use ghosts for this. Cleanup will be easier. we go. Something like that, I think. Except it's going to be a normal signal. Okay. That should be correct. I'm going to have to build this out properly to put signals on it without wanting to tear my hair out. But anyway, this is the basic footprint, I believe. Which means we need the straight segments to be this long exactly. And we also need okay. Yeah, this should all work. Unfortunately, the walls are designed around the roboport sides. These are designed around the junction sides. The two are not compatible. Which is very unfortunate. I'm going to have to redesign all this stuff, and I need to either decide that the wall rails are going to be completely incompatible with the normal rails, and that we're just going to have to suck it up, which is unfortunate. Like, we can do this and paste them in between well, if the trees weren't there. Here, do we have a section without trees I can look at more easily? Yeah. We can just delete some signals, paste that in, remove some, yeah, boom. Alright, speaking of which, I actually grab this junction. And paste it over top of this junction. And trim everything that's not actually junction. And that gets us pretty much exactly what we wanted. The signals for this junction. Okay. Now, that gives our T. This is going to be our straight. Okay. Make sure this can be rotated smoothly. Now, the other thing we need to do is we need to fix the signals here so that they can be pasted over. It'll make the signals infinitesimally less efficient. But that is a price that I am willing to pay to make them actually efficient. Okay. So now, when we go to paste this in somewhere, you can just paste over top of it. There'll be some collisions and such like, but there won't be any extra signals placed in completely wrong positions or anything. Okay, so we've got a straight, we've got a T. I very rarely use crossings. So let's grab a copy of the Big Book of Trains. Okay. Actually, yeah, here, let's see how the old one compares to the new one. The old one is shorter. And the reason the old one is shorter is because it was sized for the old junctions. And now with trains having slightly longer radiuses, curve radiuses, we'll just have to deal with longer ones. Okay, so you select new contents. Boom. Okay. We don't have a curved track. Select new contents. Okay. Grab this. Put it over there. And here we have the beginnings of our curved track. Once again, sized to fit the junctions. Okay. So if you grab this, paste it over, and all will be well in the world. That should be the correct signaling. And otherwise it looks correct. All right. Select new contents. Boom. Then we need a four-way track at some point. Then we need to fix all of our station blueprints, of which there's a lot of them. I should probably just straight up delete the wall service station. Keep it. I'm going to keep it for now because it's got some interesting stuff in it. But yeah. The rest of these blueprints all need to be modified. But at least the basics are correct now. So, if I look in the blueprint library, did that update this automatically? It's simply not in there anymore. Okay. We'll get in there then. So now that we have this established, it is time to start laying out okay, where exactly does this go? Curve, straight, straight. Curve, straight, straight, straight. So it should be right here. Curve, straight, straight, straight. Like right there. I think so. Yep. Okay. Which means that one goes there. Make sure that no excess signals got placed in there. And then we can just go ahead and place this along here. So I should go in and set these to a grid. But anyway. I'm still obviously going to have to come along and build all this, but this will at least let me get the signal spacing right and all that stuff. You know, the important things. Okay. There. Now, this is going to work out quite well. We just remove the signals from 2 pieces of rail. And then we can go ahead and paste this right in here between them. Boom. Mine here, load here. Nice and trivial. Obviously, we're going to have to lay out some walls somewhere. But that is a problem for a Milo of a few minutes from now. For right now, I'm going to be mildly annoyed at the way the blueprint rail building works, because it makes it harder on me than it has to be to start a rail somewhere. Okay. Now, let's build the other rail. Then we'll be able to go through and place the electrical towers, and finally the signals. Okay. Beautiful. So I'm kind of curious. Wow. Okay. So we've returned to the old practice of building our rail lines sized by how far a power pole can reach. That's something that I stopped doing at one point because it made the junctions larger than necessary. Well, now apparently the junctions are just enough larger that is the way you have to do things again. Okay. It does mean it'll be a little easier, I think, to... I'll have to confirm this for sure. But you should just be able to drag a big power pole down the middle of a rail line, and that will give you something that's otherwise compatible with these rail blueprints. Which is pretty cool. Okay, so the defenses for the outpost, we're just going to make something. We're not going to use main base walls or anything like that for it. I'm just going to slap down some walls where it seems to be appropriate and call it a day. Okay. You don't get any signals. You do. And we're out of standard signals. Which means we're going to have to go get more signals before we can continue doing much building. We can lay a few things out though. Okay. And there we go. At least the build distance for rails is larger than standard. It's still too short, but... Okay. Let's go grab ourselves some signals. There we go. Okay, now we need rail signals for starters, mining drills. Might as well grab those while we're here as well. I do have mining drills automated, don't I? Yes, I do. Okay, rail signals are right over here. Power poles are fine for now. What else do we need? We have plenty of walls and turrets for now. Oh, another thing we need to add is the refueling station. I wish we had space to put one in right here. It'd be really close to the coal. Can I drop a standard station in? No, it's gonna be way too big. Yeah. Well, this is inconvenient for my design. Alright, well, the easiest way to refuel is to not have a special refueling station at this point. As much as I want one. And just run fuel over here. Let's do that. Anything I need to drop off? Yellow ammo. Except that's better dropped off over there. Okay, okay. Boom. That does mean that we should remove the fuel interrupt. Okay. Train limit is 3. You don't get a train limit. Well, you do too, it's 3. Just for safety. And please stop, because I want to ride you out. Okay, full cargo. Empty cargo. Alright, let's go catch our train. Alright. Get out of here. Alright. We're here. I think what I'm going to do for defenses is that I'm going to wall off some portion of this. One thing I'm kind of tempted to do is put a wall here, a wall across here, and then a wall over here. But I think that's kind of dumb, and I'd be smarter if I just did a wall from like over here somewhere, or better yet, down here somewhere. To there. We're gonna have to ship in ammo for this wall, that's for sure. Yeah. Well, actually, we are going to use the same blueprints we used for the base walls, basically. And we're going to start here somewhere, down, across to there, and then here to up here. And just wall those 2 choke points. And then that means we might get enemy migration through that gap or through this gap. But with the radars watching them, we can dump any expansion bases as soon as they pop up. And we won't have to fully wall this. We will still have to bring in ammo, though. So. Yeah. We're using these wall blueprints. And we're calling it a day from there. Oh, fun. There's spitters in the group. Okay, we could put the corner up much higher. Not the right one. Yeah, right there. Perfect. Okay. Now. That gets cut off. Beautiful. That gets cut off. We don't want to place any landfill as part of this currently. Let's de-tree the area a little bit here so I can see what's going on. Okay. We're going to have to fix the corners, of course, because I haven't fixed these blueprints yet. Although it would be very hard to do so. I really kind of need the RoboPort tech before I can do it properly, though, so I'm holding off for that. And flamethrowers. I'm going to hold off for flamethrowers for now. Okay, and then this corner, we just go ahead and tidy that up as well. Lovely. Now, we do have a small problem. Namely that the rails don't necessarily make sense here, so I might just go ahead and remove them. However, they also make perfect sense, because if we tied this, whatever rails we end up putting over here, for this wall section, and into the main, then we can put normal train gates through there, and all that fun stuff. Or we could just, not. I think we're going to remove the rails for now. Instead of trying to fix them. Okay. Now, the other thing we need to do is we need to fix the ammo belt recirculation. Which is easy enough to do. Alright. And then this needs to be tied to a train station or something to get us ammo delivered to onto this ammo belt. I was thinking about making this wall section and this wall section tied to the same ammo belt, but I don't think I'm going to do that. If I'm going to run ammo trains, then we're going to run separate trains each wall. That does mean I need to add an ammo train loading station up here. We're going to do the ammo trains a little bit more like how I they're going to be short trains, let's put it that way. We're going to do single car, 2-engine trains. Because that is by far the best approach for this. Actually, we're going to do single car, 2-engine trains. Now that I think about it. Because we might as well put flamethrower fuel on the same train as soon as we can. Let's see, do I have... I sort of have a blueprint for this. We're going to redesign this, obviously. But we can take pieces of it and redesign from that. So this piece... into this piece... are what we need here. Now, this has some interesting logic. Remember correctly. That I don't think we're going to need to replicate again. Because what this does... it checks to see if oil is within limits. If it is, then disables this. If it doesn't, then it summons the train. But if we're going to run... well, this does the same thing for that matter, I guess. This checks to see if any of the wall supplies are out of limits and summons the train. So we're not going to want to use the exact same blueprint anyway, because we're not sending all these walls supplies out here yet. I need a really very vastly simplified version of this setup. Okay. Anyway. So, we're going to want small parts of this for sure. This section, for example, is awesome. It is also going backwards from how I would rather have it, but that's fixable. And it's also the wrong belt type. This must have been from very late game. Okay. Now. Next things next. We're going to want to lay out some rail. We're going to do double-headed trains. Also, this I think is sized for small locomotives, which we don't have. Let's go ahead and place our demo train. I don't have any fluid wagons on me right now. So this will be a stand-in for the future fluid wagon. Let's give these a little bit of temporary fuel. Okay. So on the off chance that you're not a bot, I don't add people on Discord. However, I do ping people on my Discord every time I go live. That'll just have to be good enough. However, I do have to say you're acting an awful lot like the art bots tend to act. So maybe don't do that. Let's add a few more bits of rail to this. All right. Now. Now we're going to go ahead and set this up. Oh, how do I want to set it up? I think we'll just do it this way for now. I only had one of those. Better craft some more then. Okay. That will unload the train. That will unload onto the belt. This will... Obviously we're going to move this rail, but... This is just to figure out the spacings. Then... We'll put a pump for unloading trains here. That should work fine. We'll pump into probably a single tank. Yeah. Okay. And this is configured backwards from the actual wall circulation direction. Why is it backwards from the actual wall circulation direction? Good question. Good question. So if I go ahead and copy this, I can vertically flip it. Yeah. And do vertical flip and paste it in like that. There. Okay. So that solves... I really like the new pipe visualization when you hover over them. It tells you exactly what's connected together and what's in that pipe because this will color with the right color. I know there's a mod that used to do that, but having it vanilla is quite nice. Anyway, so we can grab a copy of this whole train station and just, boom, paste it in anywhere between two flamethrowers. Something like that anyway. Is there anything else we need on this? Well, we do need a way to inform the train that it should leave. Basically, we can't tell the train if you're empty, leave, because it might use the materials at different rates. What we need to do is use circuit conditions to tell the train when to leave. However, I think we can possibly do that by just straight up connecting these. Okay, here. That should do. Add that so it connects to the wall's electricity. And then we just go like that. And then send a train is probably the best thing to do here. Add weight condition, circuit condition. Yeah, okay. So we can just directly read materials here. We're not going to have oil refining. We're not going to be sending any fluids out here for a while, so we'll ignore the fluid part of it. So what we'll do is we'll do piercing round magazines. Less than 200. No, 100. Okay. Now, the idea is I don't have 100 piercing round magazines on me. Let's temporarily swap that out to walls. Okay. It arrives, it waits until enough is used up, and then it leaves to go get more. Okay. That is the idea anyway. And then we set up a similar wait condition to handle the fluid half of things. And it all just magically works and everyone is happy. Okay. We'll just keep that as a blueprint for now. Obviously, for a much more complicated station where you're delivering a lot more than two things, offloading the logic for deciding what is a valid amount is much more reasonable. This all has to be deleted for now because it's too far away from the wall. This can be deleted for now. Okay. Yeah, so this is designed to just paste into place. Somewhere where it won't be inconvenient. Like, say, right here. Okay. We'll worry about the rest of that later. This is going to have to be connected to the main electrical grid, of course. Which currently it is not. Future Milo problems. Okay. We need to do the fish trick here, which is not in the blueprint. So I'll have to fix that later, which is why we did not finalize that blueprint or anything. part of the reason why. Alright, we have to go get a fluid wagon. But basically I'm going to do the same basic design that I did on the Alone in the Dark map. Where, where there's an ammo train that visits everywhere. Okay. That'll work. Actually, I think we wanted to go to the inner rail for this piece. Oops. Well, no, we want to go to both rails. Because this is a bi-directional track. Or it's going to be bi-directional track anyway. And router rail. Fun. Alright. Let's not head back just yet. First of all, let's get rid of these damn biters. Medium biters are here. Okay. We're not going to be able to do too many more like that without some support and backup. Anyway, back down to the wall. I'm out of grenades. And I'm going to need to add a station somewhere for providing ammo for the walls. Okay. So let's go ahead and grab trying to figure out what all we're going to need. Grenades for starters. Rails. And what else am I missing that I'm going to need more of? Belts, probably. do have some yellow belts to get rid of. Okay. Get rid of that as well. Anything else? Well, aside from deciding where the ammo station's going to go, and the simple answer for where the ammo station's going to go is up here. Somewhere. Because I'd really like to pull off of this belt to load the trains. So I'm wondering, I should just be able to do a little bit of fancy bullshit here, where we kind of do that. And then that. Okay. Boom. Something like that. And that'll allow a train to come in from only one direction, but still. They're double-headed trains. So if a train were to come in from, say, over here going this way, it could just go all the way around the loop to get there. Which is inefficient, but that's fine for now. EM. Stations. There they are. Okay. Now, we're going to have to pipe oil up here eventually, but that's fine. Train limit 1. We don't want trains waiting on the main line to get in here. Oh yes, that's right. We needed an oil car. Okay. Eventually we're going to have crude oil delivered somewhere in the vicinity and pipe it over here. Because we're going to feed our initial wall turrets with crude. As annoying as that's going to be for future me. Unless we get advanced oil processing before we just start building the flamethrowers. Which might happen because we don't really need the flamethrowers yet. And we're going to continue with the bad habits of running individual fuel. I don't really like individual fuel. I much prefer having that'll work. Okay. Should be enough loading. We'll send 400 rounds each time. I think these stack to 100. Guess we'll see in a second. Might stack, yeah, they stack to 100. No, let's send 500 each time. You know what? I just had a brilliant idea. We can pump off the main. Yeah, that'll work great. We'll pump off of the base's main fuel block. Because whatever flamethrower base fuel we're using at the base is what we'll use at the outposts. So it makes sense to do so. Alright, cool. So that should be full by the time all this BS is done. Back down we go. Trim this place a little bit. $59K iron ore remaining. Definitely a good thing we're about to bring new iron ore online. Why am I walking when I could just place a train? Okay. Overshot what we were aiming for a little bit. We still need to finish that station and all that stuff, but I want to get this first wall done. Alright, that's much better. Okay, now you need to be one of those. Actually, that might not be correct. Let's see. You know what? This is a low traffic junction. Aside from cutting that, there's really no need. At least this darn well better be a low traffic junction. The little siding that runs to a single section of rail. Okay, so here's going to be the main power tap. Alright. Had some friends over today. I swear the place is turning into a hangout spot over the last few days. Well, I guess as long as you make them clean up after themselves, you don't have to do it all. Alright, let's get rid of this train. I'm gonna cut the ammo belt right there so we don't spew ammo all over the place. And you are going to be assigned to the wall ammo group. This needs a name. Okay. Wall ammo loading, add weight condition. Full cargo. Then wall ammo unload, add weight condition. Circuit condition. Red ammo. Less than 200. Okay. It's not going to leave because it has a fluid tank on it. Okay, so this gets deleted later. It's there temporarily to make it work. The bots are getting more interesting, going from buy views to I want to be your friend. Yeah. I didn't delete that one on the off chance that it was a very misguided human, but let's face it, it's a bot. Okay. This is backwards. Actually, well, no, it's not backwards. Yes, it is backwards. Turn that train off for a second. Let me think about this. So we need this. We need the train to stay until items are under a certain amount. No. We need the train to stay until items are over a certain amount, and then come back when items are under a certain amount. So really, we do need the more advanced circuitry we had before. Well, there's a couple ways we could do this. We could have the train as the storage for a specific station, and the chests on location are just buffers, and small ones at that. Or we could do the train as a delivery vehicle and doesn't stick around after it unloads. Let me think about this for a second. On the one hand, having a single train that does all the deliveries is nice. It does mean that we're going to have to unload it very quickly when it gets to where it's going. On the other hand, having each station have a train... Okay, you know what? Let's just do it. Train does deliveries and then leaves. So your condition is going to be greater than... Well, no. We're going to do add weight condition. Item count. Piercing rounds equals 0. Okay. No, I don't want to do that either because let's just add an activity. Yeah, 5 seconds of activity. Because that'll mean it's stopped unloading. Because we have two wildly different materials. Now, to call the train back, we're going to need to do more advanced circuitry to check the fluid and the ammo. For now, we don't have to, though. Okay. As long as ammo is over 200, the station's disabled. Which is what we want. And this thing is currently showing the sleeping state, which means there are no... there are no enabled stations for its next stop. So it's just waiting. Once the station becomes enabled, it'll wake up. And this is fast backwards. Again. Less than 200, it summons the train. And this should have been unloading, but... Oh, that's right. The order of these two is reversed. Actually, that's a problem. Can I ensure it's always going to pull into the station the same way every time? No. No, I don't think I can. So we have to not have it be double-headed. However, this whole thing is based around a double-headed train. So, that is a massive problem. For now, it's always arriving facing the same direction. However, if it ever turns around for any reason, that's a problem. So, I'm going to have to do something about this. To either make it so it can unload from either... Actually, that's brilliant. It's stupid, but it's brilliant. We can unload from either car. There's nothing that says we can't. Okay. Now. Beautiful. Doesn't matter which way it arrives, it'll still unload. Okay. Now, we just need to finish our wall. And we also need to hook up some circuitry. Kind of curious, when this hits 200, does it get disable and send the train off? Because if it does, we have a problem. We're going to have to add a circuit to fix that. At which point, I do have circuits already available for fixing that. I just have to go use them. Okay. If anything, less than 25. Okay, but that's surely not how I handle ammo, is it? Yes, it is. Green's greater than red, then output green. So this has proper... Okay, so does the train stick around when it hits 200? Yes, it does. Okay, so that's fine then. If it's disabled while the train is waiting there, the train stays until it's actually done with whatever it's doing. Which means that eventually someday we'll have to put in a check, combine these two numbers, and output whether or not it actually wants to arrive, because you can't put more than one condition on this. Okay, that'll work. Now, let's get back to actually building this thing. Actually, I don't know why I don't have ammo circulating already, because this is a full loop. The belts are in already. Get going. We should be faster than the ammo deliveries, so we'll stay ahead of it. Get away from my turrets, you scumbags. My turrets. Okay, the ammo's gonna be here before too long. No. Oh well. The wall will be fine on its own. Since the ammo's reached the corner. We'll be back there in no time. Matter of fact, I'm just going to order the ammo train to head back out. With me on it this time. Hello, Kirk. Welcome here. Let's just board the train. And head to wall ammo. Okay. Yeah. So the wall is running full with ammo all the way around. Let me just grab a bit of ammo here and there. Let me just grab a couple of turrets. No, you monsters. I need my stuff. Nope. Okay. We're not going to be able to grab my stuff that quick, so we'll have to grab some ammo when we head out next time. And I'll have to bring our own train, which is no big deal. Okay, we can just grab some ammo from the assembly machines up here. And then we're good to go. I was hoping we wouldn't have... Actually, let's grab a few turrets. Let's grab a few grenades. Screw ammo, we just need grenades. We can just bomb it from slightly out of its range and be good. I have a train. Alright. You. Come get me. I should have had a buffer chest somewhere in here. Right here specifically. I thought I painted these trains blue. Okay, whatever. Worry about that later. Let's go out to the wall and let's bomb that base. Why is this one? Okay, this is a more advanced version. Okay, I'll explain it later when we get back. We have too much ammo running on the belt because of reasons. Get them, turrets. Alright. This might be a little too risky without closer in turret coverage. Yeah, screw you, buddy. Okay, you know what, let's just hang out back here for a second until we heal. There we go. Now give me my stuff back, you bastards. Okay. Wall blueprints. Remove all the stuff that we're not going to place in this section. And that'll tell me where the turrets I picked up earlier need to go back in. Okay. So, we shouldn't see any more biters in this area for a good long time, which is good because it means less problems for me. What is the button that they changed swap weapons to? It's the old button that used to be target object. Okay. I wonder when the keybinds actually changed. But a lot of the keybinds are not the same as I'm used to. And I wonder if they changed in this version, or if they changed in some previous version and my old keybinds just lingered around for a long time. Because the old fire at a specific target was not shift space before. That's definitely new. And there's a few other things I suspect are new as well. Thankfully, most things seem to be the same, so. Alright. Wall's done. Now, we still have to do a section of wall over here. Someday. But before that, let's get the iron mine running. Much more important to have the iron mine on than it is to have that last little corner defended. Okay. Well, see you later, Kurt. So this is the non-modular loading bay. Which we are going to have to modularize. And also make less fancy. Or not modularize, but make longer. Okay. Now, if I remember correctly, this is 2 input belts. How's this gonna work? First of all, we don't have nearly enough steel to make the steel chest for this, so we'll have to go get that. What should work is just making all of these output priority left. And then it will try to fill the train from back to front. This one needs priority right, fish. So does this one for that matter. And that one, and that one. Well, no they don't, actually. Not if I run this belt all the way up to the top. Or all the way up to here, anyway. Okay. So the effect of this is that it should prefer to load cars from back to front. Okay. Yeah. They prefer to load cars from back to front, but they will all load evenly because of the circuit conditions that are on the inserters. So even if the ore prefers to go to the back, it'll still fill the whole thing evenly. And that should result in the train filling more or less evenly as well. As long as it's fully saturated with ore at all times. In theory. Okay, now. I never did finish placing all the signals for this, apparently. How is that missing a piece? Okay, I think that's the only signal. There's one. Okay. Now, I think all we really need to do is go get the steel chests. But first, miners. Yes, I know. I was hoping I could place a ghost there, though, to establish the corner. Well, failing that. That'll work. Okay. Now, that should do that just fine. Okay, these drills are the ones that are going to run out first by a mile. Alright, now, to get power in place, we're going to use the good old-fashioned underground method. I think that's the right spacing. No, it's not. Okay, this is the right spacing, though. Yeah. And the cool thing is you can just drag these down through. And it will all work out. Okay. And then we just back these up. And we're going to have to go back to get more belt stuff. Which I suppose is fine. I should design a dual balanced pole at some point. But for now, that'll work. Okay. If I can save myself from having to go get supplies, I would be very happy. Okay. The first iron pours in. And of course nothing is going to happen because we don't have those. So you know what, I should just went and got the supplies. But it's a good thing I didn't, because I would have forgot to grab the iron steel chests. We'll ride this train back. Now it's blue again. There's something weird going on with the colors for this. Well, I wonder if it's just using station colors. How about no? Damn it. Alright, steel. Let's just go grab some steel off straight out of the furnaces. That should work. How many are we gonna need? Like 5 or something per car, isn't it? It's 6 per car. There should be more than enough. Okay. Go to the iron mine. And then we will go ahead and set up the chests, and that should be everything we need to get the iron mine running. It'll probably take it a good long while to fill the first train. But that's good because while we do have the unloader set up, we don't have the oh, you know what I just realized? Oh, screw you. What are we missing? Everything, basically. Alright. We need to go get more materials. We can build some combinators. Actually, I think we're just missing the iron. Oh, a furnace on me? Yes and no. Alright. An arithmetic combinator is 5 iron plates. Boom. That's faster than going back to base. That should even things out a bit. Of course, the actual answer is that it won't even things out, because we're not delivering iron evenly down the whole length of the belt. But it will even it out when the train's not here. So if we actually want it to feed evenly, we're going to have to design a system to split belts, well, evenly. What I probably should do is make 3 feeder belts. And I forgot to grab more belt stuff while I was gone, unfortunately. Okay, so each of these is going to run in a pair. So this splits evenly. Half to this car, half to that car. This one. We'll do that. That one splits evenly. Half to this car, half to that car. Does not get a second lane. Okay, now for the rear two. Wait. That's a fish one. That's a fish one. That's a fish one. Okay. You are not output priority. Then we take these, we split them evenly. We split them evenly, something like that. That should vaguely approximate evenness. I don't think it actually is even, but good enough for who it's for. Yeah. The end result of this is that it will load the train evenly, as long as we have 3 full belts coming in. Well, let's add more miners. And I don't have the belt pieces for this, so I'll have to come back anyway. Train's getting pretty full. Same train's getting really full. Let's just get on board. It will take us back, hopefully. $130, $168, $255. $130, $168, $255. Do not use destination train stop color. Boom. Okay. Now they should stop randomly changing color all the time. Now. Need about 600 more iron to be loaded in the front 2 cars, and we're out of here. Give me that. Yeah, 300 in the front car and we're out. I should start pulling evenly, more or less. So the reason I'm having each belt feed 2 train cars is because we can ensure you can split a belt 2 ways very easily. Trying to split any number of belts 6 ways, unless it's a multiple of 3 belts, it's going to be pretty tricky. But anyway, we have our very first completely full car, or a completely full train of iron. 12K iron. Which, considering we only have 36K left in our iron patch over here, that is a not insignificant portion of our total available iron. Alright, so we need those. And that's probably it for now. Was there anything else I needed? I think I came back here just to get the, what do I call it? Yeah, okay. Now. You. Take me to... Bullshit, there's no path to destination. It's on the wrong... Okay. You take me to there. Alright, we're back. Now. Oh. These are not tied together. Okay, now they're all tied together. Okay. So the way this system works, and it looks like we're running low on electricity occasionally, is it takes the average of how much iron is in all the chests and says you can only load into your chest if it's below average. Basically. Means that these chests being empty should cause most of these to not operate at all. And eventually everything should even out. Eventually. Anyway, let's get the next row here going. Okay. We just fill the gaps. We really don't need this many miners here. However, it certainly doesn't hurt anything. And so therefore, this is how many miners we're going to have here. Dang it, so close. Okay. This isn't going to give us even a distribution or even anything approximating that anymore. Not really. Well, it kind of actually is. Just based on looks. Which isn't the most reliable way to tell, but... Alright, we'll leave it alone for now. It'll become a problem later and we'll fix it properly, but... At this point, throughput's low enough that... I doubt it'll be an issue. Alright, we need to go expand the size of our electrical plant, which isn't too surprising considering it's just 2 banks of turbines. So, you take me to there. Okay. I need to grab some steel because we're not automating turbines yet. I probably should change that. Not steel, iron. Let's do 2 more banks. Let's just double our power. Okay. Okay. Of course, we don't have any yellow belts anymore. go. Even doubling the power isn't enough to really fame it. So I think we're going to more than double the power. Let's go grab more iron. Also more gear wheels. And I should probably just get some pipe too. But that'll speed things up as well. I really should automate these. But anyway, let's go down here and see how much we can build as far as doubling this up. Okay, we need another offshore pump. Technically, we don't need another offshore pump, but I'm going to build one anyway. Okay. So the way fluid works has completely changed in this version of the game. Just going to make underground pipes much less useful than they used to be, which I am not against. Okay, you're no longer useful. Okay, I do believe we have quadrupled the size of our power plant. And we're still using about a third of its total capacity. Which probably has something to say about our power consumption. Let's go ahead and set up a warning horn so we have at least a little bit of advanced warning that we're running out of power. Or that we're going to run out of power. Where horn? There it is. Read belt, hold. Pull. Less than 7. Show alert. Pull. Okay. Everyone's favorite old sound. I'm sure no one else remembers that noise. The old you have to run off and deliver ammo again noise. Alright, let's see. You remember a lot of that noise? Okay, now we have iron deliveries happening. We have... Okay, the iron deliveries actually have to be plumbed into the furnaces, but that's the next task. Quite literally. Input priority left. That means we'll continue accepting from the old before we use from the new. But I kind of want the old one gone. Okay. Then let's go prune the old mine while we're at it. There's new iron train. So technically we can build more than one iron train. We can have up to 3 of them running on our current setup. But we don't have a need for it yet. There's enough buffering at the stations that it's not important. Alright. What I do need to do is get down here and build this next. I was like, oh yeah, well, we can do oil. No, we can't. Because the pollution from this mine is about to hit this base already. So, let's get out there and get that working as soon as possible. Okay. Now, go away. Okay. So eventually we're going to have to run actual proper stuff out here. Is this all the ammo I have on me? I guess. Get scooshed. Okay, so that won't be sending stuff against us just anytime soon. We'll put in one wall here. And then one corner wall there. And call it a day. Okay. Get rid of these trees in the way. I don't expect this wall to get attacked much, at least not for a long time. But it we'll probably get hit by spiders expanding and stuff like that eventually, if nothing else. Go ahead and establish the ammo belt first. And then we will build the supply station. This iron will be used someday, probably. It'll actually work beautifully. Okay. Oh, a while ago, I guess I did say I was going to explain how this works in a little more detail. So this is a more complicated version of the very simple thing I set up on the main walls. It reads... it's a two-stage disabling. So this one reads about contents and enables and disables. It disables based on the value in these four. And this one enables only on the value of this one. So these two work together to limit the rate that new pieces can be added. And these 5 work together to limit the average belt density. Whereas the one I built for the main wall is a simpler one that just combines the two functions into one little set. Doesn't work quite as well as this slightly fancier version. Oops. But it works well enough that I'm not going to go change it just right now. We got to run power down here, of course. I really like the new 22-degree diagonals. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and put the power poles along the length of the line here, and then we'll drag some big power poles back to the main. And then it's just a matter of placing turrets and summoning a train, which is already taken care of apparently. Although without power here, it'll leave shortly without doing anything. Okay. Yeah. I really, really like the new 22-degree diagonals. Okay. Let's start placing radars. In particular, I want radars at every major defensive area. Because I want to be able to see how badly things are going wrong at the front. Okay, ammo's being unloaded. Now, all we need to do is place the turrets. And I think we have enough turrets for that. Now, I might get the rhythm off just a little tiny bit sometimes. Oh, route of inserters. Well, that's annoying. I know I can't just craft a couple to finish it off real quick. Alright, well. South side is defended. This is going to be a problem shortly, so we need to go destroy that. And then I would like to put in a small station for crude oil, and then, or a small station for crude oil, either way is fine. And then we can start doing fun things. Like making blue science. Which is actually infinitely less fun than building rail networks. But alas, blue science needs to be done at some point. Also, I just realized that it is 10:46. So we probably won't be getting any of that done tonight. Well, looks like our first two mining drills over here ran out. I'll clean this up real quick. But yes, before I get drugged too much into running around in circles, we should save the game. What saves do I even have available? There's the Alone in the Dark, which is missing a bunch of mods, obviously. Scuffed Railworld. Oh yeah, that was the last big full run all the way to a rocket. Actually, a bunch of rockets. We did some infinite science. Green Howl was me making a map that was completely full of trees. It was done before I started streaming. It turned out to be ridiculously easy, unfortunately, because spiders never attacked you, because pollution never went anywhere. And then some really old no crafting runs. Really old. This one's from 0.17, this one's from 1.19. There's a 0.16, a 0.15 world. I don't think I have anything older than a 0.15 still available. I would have to go through some serious effort to try to upgrade these saves to something that'd be playable with the current version. Anyway. Man, I want elevated rails so bad. Won't happen for a while, though. Oh well. Tomorrow, um, tomorrow, I do believe, is Thursday. So, for this week, and this week only, that will probably be Factorio. We're going to be playing a lot of Factorio this week. Wednesday, that was today. Friday is the word I was looking for. Is probably going to be the only non-Factorio day this week. There's a pretty reasonable chance of EDF on that day, actually. This might be the first week in recent memory that hasn't had any crab champions, which I'm sure will cause Survey to start forming a lynch mob, but oh well. He'll get over it. Well. Poor Survey, he doesn't recognize great games when he sees them. After all, he thinks Satisfactory is better than Factorio. But anyway, for tonight, let's see who is doing what. It looks like AF is playing 7 Days to Die. And that is about the extent of our choices. There's a StarCraft streamer I used to watch. He's playing Factorio. I haven't watched that guy in years. I think I watched one of his YouTube videos a couple months ago, though. Yeah, what's rate AF? It looks like he's wussed out of using the stream interaction plugin thing. But anyway, let's go over there and tell him he's a wuss for not letting us spawn monsters on him and slow him down and other fun things. But yeah, Saturday and Sunday are going to be all EDF all the time. No, not EDF. Factorio all the time. And then next week, we'll launch into what is going to be the new schedule for a while. Starting with Crab Champions on Monday. And I'll have to decide the rest from there. Because we're going to start a new Nostalgia Night game too, and I'm not sure what it's going to be yet. Maybe it's time to start another Bethesda game. We do have Fallout 3 and Skyrim to do yet. Not sure if I'm ready to start a long one like that yet, though. But anyway, for tonight, I hope you all enjoyed over at AFS, and I will see you all later. Good night, and goodbye.